They say there are places in this world where the veil between our reality and something else is thin. Places where ancient things sleep, waiting for someone to stumble into their territory, for someone to forget that not everything that haunts this world has a name you can find in a book. This is the story of Alex Corvine, a man who, in the summer of 1989, sought solitude and peace in a remote chalet deep in the Transylvanian woods. What he found instead was a slow, creeping descent into a madness he couldn't explain, a darkness that had been watching the trees for centuries and for some reason had decided he was its next meal. His only legacy, a half-filled diary and a series of cassette tapes left behind in the silent house. What you are about to hear are his final words, his final moments, as he pieced together the horrifying truth of what was haunting him. The last tape, it still makes no sense, and it gives no comfort. This is the Corvine Curse.
Tape 1, August 14th, 1989. I came out here to the Carpathians for the quiet, to write, to be alone. The chalet is old, built with thick wood beams that smell of damp earth and pine. It's perfect. It's so far off the beaten path, the nearest neighbor is almost 2 kilometers away. You can go for days and not see another soul. At first, it was peaceful, the kind of silence that's rare in the modern world. I spent my days walking through the forest, the canopy so thick the sunlight barely reached the ground. The trees, they have a kind of weight to them. They feel old, ancient. I've started a habit of just sitting on my porch at night, listening to the forest breathe, the wind through the pines, the rustle of unseen animals in the underbrush. But lately, the quiet has changed. The wind sometimes sounds less like a natural force and more like a whisper, a low sibilant sound that almost, but not quite, forms a word. It's so subtle, I keep telling myself it's just my mind playing tricks, the kind of thing that happens when you're this isolated. But the feeling persists, the feeling that the whisper is coming from somewhere specific, the darkness just beyond the tree line. Tape 4, August 28th. The whispers are getting clearer. I'm starting to hear them even when the wind is still. They're not words, not in any language I know. They're a kind of droning chant, a low hum that vibrates through the house, through the floorboards and into my bones. Last night I was awake for hours, certain someone or something was outside. I went to the window, pressed my face to the cold glass. Nothing, just a wall of black. But the sound was right there. I know it was. And for the first time, I didn't feel alone. I felt watched. I started a new habit. I can't explain why. I find myself walking the perimeter of my small property every evening before it gets dark. I feel like I need to mark the edges, to know where my space ends and theirs begins. Today, on my walk, I found a stone on the ground near the old gnarled oak tree that sits at the back of the property. It was perfectly smooth, and on its surface, a strange symbol had been etched. It looked like a rune, but it wasn't from any alphabet I recognized. It was a closed loop with 3 sharp prongs extending from its top. Primitive. Pagan, maybe. I took a picture of it. I've been researching it all afternoon. Nothing. I don't know what it means. I don't know who put it there. Tape 7, September 10th. I'm starting to get scared. My skepticism is gone. I don't care about rational explanations anymore. They're gone. The things I'm seeing now, the things I'm feeling, they are not of this world. The cold, it's in the house. It's not the chill of the mountains. It's a deep, unnatural cold that sits in the corner of every room. Last night, I was in the living room by the fire. The logs were burning bright, hot, but a part of the room right behind me was freezing. I could feel the cold radiating from it, like a presence had just walked in and stood there, watching me, but not touching the warmth of the fire, just waiting. And the symbols, the runic symbol, I found another one, carved into the wooden doorframe of my bedroom. It's the exact same as the one I found on the stone. This wasn't here yesterday. I know it wasn't. It's crude but deliberate. Someone carved this into my home, and I've seen no one. The diary. I've been writing everything down. Everything. I'm trying to find a pattern. The symbols, the cold, the whispers, they are getting closer, more frequent. It feels like a ritual, like I'm part of some kind of process. This isn't a simple haunting. It's something ancient, something that wants to bind me to this place, something that wants my silence. Tape 12, September 21st. I think I've figured it out, or at least I've found a lead. In an old, forgotten book I found in the attic, the carvings, they are a form of pagan warding, used to bind a spirit, a demon, or a presence to a specific place. The carvings, they're everywhere. I'm finding them all over the chalet, faded and hidden. But the ones appearing now, they are a variation, a reversal. They aren't meant to bind. They are meant to prepare. The presence is here, all the time now. I see its shadow in the corner of my eye. It's tall, slender. It doesn't have a shape, but a lack of one. It just feels empty. And it's always looking at me. Always. The whispers. They aren't whispers anymore. They're a hum. A constant, low-frequency hum that fills my head and never stops. It's so loud I can barely think. I can barely sleep. I haven't slept in 2 days. I found something else on my walk today. A small dead bird. But it wasn't just dead. It was laid out on the path, its wings meticulously spread open, forming another one of those prongs. That symbol. It's a sign. It's a message. It's a declaration. I don't think it wants to just kill me. I think it wants to take me, to make me a part of this place like it did to others before. The ritual is nearly complete. I can feel it. The humming is so loud. I can't.